All right, we're back live. And there's the first singles match of the evening. Shane McMinn versus Konstantin Stepanov. Team USA is leading 4-3, as you can see on your screens just below.
And the Americans with another win on the lag. And now, after trailing 3-1 in the DreamChallenge, have rattled off three wins in a row.
Yeah, and right now we have another player from a USA squad. From this year's selection is Mitchell Ellerman joining us here in the booth, along with Jeremy Jones.
Hello, Mitch. How's it going?
I'm all right. How are you?
Good.
Well, Mitch is not involved as far as we know today, so he could help us here.
Tell you what, this is pretty experienced, nice event they have going.
Not sure he made one.
He did not.
Yeah, he did actually. He did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but he snookered. So you'll probably see him rolling out and removing the 9 some type of way. Can't get at it directly though. It looks like the 4's in the way. So you may see him shoot the 4 into the 9, trying to leave maybe just a piece of the 1.
Probably. Yeah, it looks like a good shot.
You don't want to give up early wins.
No, I agree. You called it. He just tentative. He was real.
Now the 9 on the spot, what's that going to do? He's going to leave a rail first, though. And he's certainly going to get it back. But I'll tell you, there's a lot of reward in this shot if he can hit it. If he can hit it not thickly, meaning where the cue ball runs.
Yeah, and the cue ball just does a little bit more of the moving. He hits that outside.
Now he can play it another way too. He can come across it and just let the cue ball dive towards that upper left-hand corner, and maybe the 1 will bank up the side rail towards the maybe use the 6 as a snooker.
Oh yeah, he wanted to hit that with good speed, and he just missed his mark. Probably didn't account for the table sliding as much as it has been.
Yeah, it's not going to grab that left English and go towards the 1 like he wanted.
So now this is an open rack for Konstantin.
Yeah, and really what you might say Russia needed at this point. It's still early in this DreamChallenge.
Along with Fedor-Gorst, he's the best finisher for Russian players in the recent Kremlin Cup.
Yeah, I played Konstantin a few times actually.
And by the way, how did you like the event, Mitch? I mean, the Kremlin Cup?
It was definitely a surreal experience. It was my first time overseas and playing in a venue quite like that. So it was eye-opening and very cool.
Did you do well enough? Are you satisfied with your performance?
No, I don't think we're ever satisfied with our performance if we're not winning it. But I was happy because I walked away learning something. So anytime I'm learning, I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, that's great. This is the thing we have been just talking with Jeremy. You never stop learning in pool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, perfection isn't really, you might do it every day, but it's not something you really attain.
Perfection is never reachable.
Oh,
is that going to catch
a little
the 8?
bit, yeah. Seemed like he kind of rushed that one with his cueing, got kind of lazy with his tip position on the cue ball, and that's why maybe came off at an angle a bit wider than he wanted.
And the pockets are fairly forgiving with the slidey cloth. I might have come 1 rail just right towards the 5 for the corner. I know the 9 was a little bit in the way, but not much. Nice shot there.
That's all good.
Well, I don't think you can ever call Stepanov kind of lazy with his tip position, because he's so meticulous guy in terms of like everything which goes about the game, like position and everything.
Well, commented on it yesterday. Good to see him playing some pool. I haven't seen him out in a while, and that doesn't mean he's not playing that much, but he did come to America quite a bit for a 3 or 4 year span.
Yeah, he was playing like a US Open 9-ball and the Derby City as well.
Yeah, the year I won the US Open, I played him in the second round.
Yeah, it definitely seems like he hits the ball well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, many hopes in Team Russia that Konstantin is going to take this point home. Mitch, how do you find the table breaking?
I think I only broke once or twice yesterday, and everything was all sliding. I don't think I broke and made a ball, so I'm a little frustrated with it. But hopefully, by the time I play tomorrow, you can already see some of the track wear. Cue ball's still sliding off the rails because the cue ball's not hitting every inch of every rail. So, but the balls seem to be hopefully settled a little bit more after today's play. A little bit more wear. Yeah, he broke, made 2 balls, 3 balls, 4 balls.
Yeah, right. Hit the rack dead square.
He's got a little bit of work getting from the 1 to the 4, though.
What about the carom?
The carom is definitely doable. And the thing about the carom on shots like this, you don't have to get close to it. You can actually cinch position a little bit more. And I'll tell you, I might try to play a little position safely to where I could maybe cut the 4 and play the 9.
You like hitting it with inside, going 3 rails, bringing the cue ball just above the 6 center table, even though it's a little bit of distance?
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I don't think coming across the table with the 6 there is so great. So I think, yeah, kind of where he's looking now. He could draw this, though. The 6 isn't too much in the way, actually. So he may just come 1 rail out and take the carom. Not even try to come 2 rails. I think 2 rails is okay, though. Oh, he did catch the 6. Now it's just a matter if the 6 doesn't get in the way. I believe you'll see a carom shot, though. I don't think you can play them both, meaning trying to attack on the 4 and the 9. Probably just hit this with a touch of right English, trying to come off the 4 and throw the 9 just a little bit.
How do you aim these kind of shots? Like maybe like ghost ball technique, like in regular aiming, or some special device? Like trying to find
the tangent line coming off the ball. Yeah. That's what I say. You shoot a lot of. You learn to develop a gut instinct on things just like another sport. So.
Yeah, his 4 ball should probably hit. Oh, he's cueing it with lower.
Yeah, and he's
first
drawing
diamond
with the outside. So this is a little different than I would hit it, I believe. He's hitting the 4 thinner, trying to maybe make the 4 as well. Okay, and the cue ball is gonna. Looks like it got a little bit safe. I don't think the 4 passes the 9. I would have played a thicker hit, I think, with a high ball, using the little more the deflection off.
And you get a little bit more separation because you can hit it harder, like play the 4 up table like a bank.
Right. Yeah, I would go across the way that way, the way he's looking now. I think you have a chance to make the 4 on the side. And you have a better chance of separating everything. He hit it quite hard. Surprised at that a little bit.
And he seemed to have rushed the shot, actually, like the speedy stroke.
Oh, he brought the cue ball back. Got out on him a little bit, but I thought he could play it with the speed, maybe to put the 4 on the back rail. Travel a little bit. It's okay. He'll probably coming around 3 rails. I think he can go in between the 8 and 9 off the second rail and catch the third rail just before the
Yeah.
side pocket.
And doing it low.
With
Shoot
inside,
the 8
too.
inside.
He's coming out 2 rails without catching the third rail. Caught the 8. Wow. Ended up just fine.
Yeah, got fortunate here.
And that should put him up 2-0.
Konstantin and Stepanov doing exactly what Russia needs after losing 3 matches in a row.
And they switched back to the wooden rack. They started today with the Delta 13 rack, and seems like there were some issues, so they switched back to the wooden rack they were using yesterday. Hopefully we'll have a bit better luck getting balls touching.
Well, despite Team USA won these matches, they might have been not very pleased with the results of their breaks.
Yeah, one of them was a little rough.
Yeah.
At a crucial time, too.
Well, really, Delta 13 is pretty accurate, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, this table is a Diamond Pro Am. We've got some questions on the chat. Please go ahead and join us on Facebook with some questions to the players.
I could hear a ball go on the break. Not too pleased because he made the 1 and the 2's on the back rail, so he's going to have a rollout situation, just as he had in the opening rack of this match. Yeah, he may not have to roll out, actually.
Seeing from that other angle, he might be able to kick the deuce from behind and send it up table and just kind of stop the rock. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, but you got to spin into it here, so I may not play the hook. If I kick at it now, I may just play the 2 to the back rail.
Okay.
Just because it can get away from you a little bit if you try to hit it so perfect.
Yeah, okay.
You have, and what I mean is you really have to aim away from it and spin into it to really get everything you want if you're looking for the hook. And this is where Shane may learn that this low curve will let the cue ball get away from you more. He did pretty well. Now we'll see what the 2 ends up.
He was fortunate to
Probably
get behind
the 4, actually.
Yeah. And he held the cue ball actually really nice.
Yeah.
He probably wanted the 2 just beyond the 8 a little bit.
Well, the main goal is to hit the ball square on
Right.
these types of shots.
But you'll notice a lot of times when you don't have a definite route of the object ball, you're better off to leave the object ball out in the middle of the table, believe it or not, even when you don't have some snookers to make your opponent come with a tough shot, rather than knocking it down when you don't know it's going to get to the back rail. It'll leak over a pocket.
Yeah.
And you leave them an easy
You make
shot.
it easy for them to get back in the game.
So little things that don't come up that often in our game, but are very important. Okay, just kind of like that. That was a pretty nice shot, believe it or not.
Yeah, sort of a containing safety.
Yeah, make your opponent come with something instead of...
Yeah, just trying to leave the cue ball close to the rail.
Right. That's real close if he has a pocket or not. If he does, he may be able to roll it in and try and play a little snooker behind the 8-5 just in case he misses.
Yeah, slow roll the deuce all the way down.
Mm-hmm. He's not going to get either one. It doesn't appear. So nothing easy for Team USA to start. over the 8? A
Yeah.
little bit.
Yes, he will have to shoot jacked up a little.
Yeah. And it's a touchy shot because you have to dig on the cue ball a little bit, and that side pocket's involved, so he doesn't want to end up very full on the 5 to get to the 6.
Well, actually, he's got to punch it, I think.
Cueing right over the 8 too. Nice
Hit
shot
it real
there.
good, yeah. That's one thing I noticed. He has a little bit more deliberate pause than the rest of them, and when he really follows through, I mean, it's precise.
Yeah, that's what I meant saying they're pretty meticulous with his game.
Yeah, there was that pause and then big swing forward. Oh, not
That's a
happy
big
with
mistake.
Yeah, that's going to cause to where he's probably going to have to play safe, I believe. And you know, one of the first Russian players we saw in America here in the last 15 years was Evgeny Stalev, and
Well,
and then-
Stalev is probably the proper way to pronounce it. Yeah, but
Right.
many Americans go like they has to leave.
Yeah, but Stepanov came over and he had a much different form because
Yeah.
I think he was raised more playing pool than he was pyramid. So putting him behind the 7. Oh, he went
He
for it.
ginned it.
Yeah, left-handed too.
Yeah, like we
Well,
saw yesterday,
yeah.
Konstantin already shot several shots left-handed, and he is very good at this one.
He's definitely acclimated to the table. Feeling good.
Do you suspect the Team Russia was allowed to practice there overnight?
No, no.
Just kidding. Oh, great effort by Konstantin here, winning this rack. That's the first time ever we hear this cheer in the background. Russia, Russia.
I think they were saying Konstantin. Wow, what a beautiful shot left-handed here. Pulling the cue ball up above the 7.
Yeah, just hit it like nothing.
Yeah, perfect. Didn't hardly touch the rail at all. I thought he was landing behind the 7.
Yeah, I did too.
Konstantin is the oldest player on this squad, obviously, because the selection is pretty young. He is 34, I think. So plenty of experience.
Yeah, it shows.
Oh, he's not going to get an offensive play here, so we'll see tactically what he does. Bring the cue ball maybe behind the 5 with a little draw maybe and send the 1 down table. He could edge the 1 as well, coming behind the 5. It's probably the best shot, actually.
Yeah,
Maybe
at
ducking-
least damage control. Use the 8 if you overhit the 1 a little
Yeah,
bit. but
maybe
basically-
ducking behind the 8. Yeah?
Yeah, he's gonna play it down table. Use the 4, 3, 8 as blockers.
Okay, so you're probably going to see the jump cue here. I don't think Shane really has a choice. Not going to it, so looking at a side rail kick maybe right before the side. No, I don't see the kick at all.
No, the 6 ball's got him pretty good.
Yeah.
Mitch, how do you feel generally playing under the shot clock?
I mean, I'm normally pretty quick. Yesterday, I mean, it's just a new kind of pressure, and I'd be nuts to tell you or lying to you if I said I didn't feel any. And it was kind of getting the cobwebs out and just trying not to think too much. You know, I got teammates, I got a coach, and it's not discarding what he says, but just believing in me. You know, I was here for a reason and just believing a little bit more in my capabilities.
Well, I suppose the whole team was instructed by Johan just to pay attention to the shot clock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and as you play with it, you get a little more gut instinct where it's at.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because I see like with Tyler and Shane McMinn, they always start their pre-shot routine with just looking at the screen.
mhm. Okay, now another open table. Maybe a little straight, but still should be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too much.
That's
A
what-
little bit, and you could have seen a little mutter from Konstantin.
Yeah, he doesn't want to lay on the rail here, though. Again, with the 5 being open, there's no problems as long as you're not on the rail.
That's okay.
Meaning he can handle almost any angle and straight in.
Just punch this a little low left, come back to laying over the table.
Nice to rails position on the 9. Team Russia is 4-0 ahead here. We've had one whitewash just recently.
And this is the third match of 5 on the evening, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Yes.
Next up will be Oscar and Corey Duel, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
versus Fedor Gorst and Konstantin Stepanov once again.
Right.
Okay.
Shane's been successful making a ball on the break both times, but had to push out. And
Yeah, he's making the ace.
well, no, he didn't
or,
push out.
not
Actually,
getting
he
a
kicked
shot,
behind
yeah.
the 1. Yep. That's the thing about making the 1 on the side on the break. Okay, he's made one. Now the 1's coming around. Gonna get a shot. Yeah, he got a shot. And he's got an easy one, pretty easy 1 ball. Now
Yeah.
he'll want to open up the 7-8 some type of way right here with the 2 being over the pocket.
I almost like rolling it with right. That way the cue ball goes forward and climbs away from the 7 with the outside English, knowing that the 2's right there.
Yeah, he shouldn't have any problems as long as you don't want to baby it, of course, but don't
Yeah,
overhit
yeah.
it either. That
No.
way your cue ball doesn't get away from you. Still got some issues though. He's either gonna have to play a 4-9 combo or a carom shot later if he gets to it.
I would definitely do the carom, get separation between the 2 balls.
Yeah, very nice. So the 7 is loose now.
Yeah, but a 4-9 one way or another is gonna be his last shot, whether he makes it or not. It looks like the carom's pretty natural from below.
Yeah, the carom is definitely on.
If you had your choice, you would like the combination more than the carom.
Yeah, but
but
the 5's kind of putting a dent in those plans.
yeah.
Well, I prefer the carom better because just in any case you move the 4 away from the cue ball.
Oh my. That's too much. That's no good.
That's too much either for a combo or a carom.
Yeah, I'm surprised he drew the ball out instead of just cheating the pocket a little bit.
think hearing the shot clock could have got to him a little bit, maybe got him a little antsy.
Well, he's just got to take what he can get here and lay
It
him
looks
behind
like
the 9, I think. Oh,
Wow.
definitely should have played a thicker hit there rather than trying to play with so much touch. I thought he would play the 4 thick to the side rail and kill the ball behind the 9.
Oh, this is done, guys.
Yeah, this is going to tie our match up at 4 apiece. Not much to inspect here.
Oh, Costa usually wants to be very precise. Sometimes probably overdoing this.
Maybe. This is just a high ball. He could come around if he wanted, but I don't think there's a reason to. Wow. Gonna be okay with the 9 so accessible, I think, just going back and forth, but
Yeah, just yesterday we've seen a very nice cut shot on the 6 by Billy Thorpe, which was probably twice as hard as this one. So he's okay here.
I think it becomes missable if you throw this ball in, believe it or not, but just because of the slick conditions, everything might not happen exactly like you want. I would just cut it in and go back and forth and take the cut on the 9, but either way should be all right.
That'll tie it up 4-4.
Well, this is 4 apiece.
Нічия 4-4,
The overall
10
score.
минут перерыв.